It was really, really bright.
So we just saw Captain Marvel. What did you think?
I really enjoyed it. I had no idea what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
So spoiler alert, just in case.
Yeah.
Anything slips out that's not supposed to. Well, I guess it has to, huh? So spoiler alert. But I think one of the things, I really like origin stories. So I think one of the things for me was that I feel like they didn't show enough of the origin. Like, they showed the origin and then they it was like back and forth, right? But I feel like for me they didn't show enough of the origin story. And I feel like they didn't show enough of the current kind of. But I still enjoyed the movie.
Well, the whole origin is done in flashbacks, piece by piece as the movie goes through.
Yeah.
It's not like Wonder Woman that's just, here is, who she becomes, and who she wants to be.
But I kind of wish they had shown a little bit more of
Carol Danvers on Earth.
Yeah.
Before she became Vers.
Yeah.
Or Veers.
Yeah. I would have liked that.
I enjoyed it. I went into the movie not knowing anything other than she's super powerful and she's an Air Force pilot. I didn't know anything else about the character. And right off the bat, the movie starts off with a tribute to Stan Lee. So I was already a mess. I was already a mess. Yeah, you weren't. You were strong. And the movie is a lot about female empowerment.
Oh, definitely.
That's the tone throughout the whole film. But I don't feel it was done bad.
No.
It wasn't done in a bad way or poorly. Because she's an Air Force pilot. Her best friend's an Air Force pilot.
Well,
they're test pilots like Hal Jordan in DC. So that just makes them brave and cocky and skilled. She's also,
I don't know about cocky.
On her alien team, she has a cool female sniper that takes out like 10 dudes with a single bullet. Like Angelina Jolie in Wanted.
Oh, God.
If we're talking about badass women.
Okay.
She has a daughter. The best friend has a daughter. She's a single mom. And the single mom talks about being supported by Carol Danvers. So, women empowering women.
Mm-hmm.
And then
the little girl seems to be cool
the
too.
little girl, she's really cool. She knows everything about Carol Danvers, like, because she looks up to her.
Yeah.
And another strong woman who wants to be a strong woman. It was another instance of female empowerment.
Well, I mean, I think just the character overall, the character, and then what they do, and like the whole, kind of being, like, what do you call it? It's just overcoming everything despite the fact that it's dominated by men.
Yeah.
Like it, I could see why they released it this weekend.
The female scientist.
Oh yeah.
The female scientist that, makes the tchotchke that everyone is chasing after.
The tchotchke.
The tchotchke, the gubbin, as the Star Trek people would call it. Like you have to science the science, the thing you chase after every episode. I never watched Star Trek, but I know every episode they're chasing a thing.
Yeah.
But the movie is great. Like I went in not knowing what I was gonna expect, and I came out a fan of not just Brie Larson, but of this character, and I hope to see more. The movie takes place in the 90s, and obviously we have not seen Captain Marvel in any of the other. I keep wanting to say DC movies, but this is not a DC movie. DC wishes they could make a movie like this, and so we haven't seen her, but now she's back because of the pager.
I want to see a lot more of her because I have a lot of questions.
Well, if they do a movie that takes place after this, it's still the 90s.
But the thing is,
and she's out having adventures in space where she could possibly run into other characters like the Guardians or stuff like that.
But I want to know why.
Or even Thor. She could run into Thor out in space.
But I want to know why. Like, the whole thing is still kind of a mystery because in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they talk about the Kree, but the Kree are never good. And I mean, I guess she's only part Kree because what's his face?
Yeah, the Kree
whole
adopt
thing.
her.
Yeah, but I feel like I don't think we've ever heard her be mentioned.
No, she's never been mentioned in any of the other movies.
So I'm assuming, like, I don't really read into like what Marvel has, what they plan and stuff, but I'm assuming it means that they didn't have high hopes, at least in the beginning, of ever getting this movie released or ever getting it off the ground. So so what do you call it? That's probably why they never really mentioned her, because I don't feel like she's been mentioned in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I don't think she like, there were times when Steve and Widow go into the
bunker with
the
Professor the Hydra professor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they even, like, I feel like there were times where she should have been mentioned.
Yeah.
As the original Avenger, because is Tony technically? I mean, they refer to Tony as the first Avenger,
yeah,
right?
the first one. Or no, Captain America is the first Avenger.
Oh yeah. I mean, but I get it. He technically is, then, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
But after that, she came before Tony, right?
Yeah, because this is the 90s. Tony is off in college, running around with women.
So why isn't there any mention of her? Like, did they just not document any of it, or
it's a possibility. It's a possibility. It's a possibility that Nick Fury just kept her off the record, or since we know Hydra is like infiltrated Shield, Hydra could have just hid everything about her. Same thing when Tony put the little microchip on the helicarrier to find all of the Chitauri weapons. That could have all been, that was all hidden from everyone.
Yeah, I feel like I would have to watch them again to see if we missed anything about her, because how they do like the Easter eggs and stuff. So I would have to see if I missed anything, or if we missed anything about her. But
so going into this movie, there's merchandise of her everywhere, jackets with her insignia and her costume, action figures, and dolls. And every time you go to Target and Walmart, they're all over the pegs. Like, they haven't sold. Do you think after this weekend, young girls and even boys will go out and grab her action figure now?
Yeah,
or her doll?
So. I think so.
Like, I'm curious to see if now that after the movie comes out, she becomes much more of a popular character like Wonder Woman did.
Even last weekend when we were at Disneyland, though, there were a bunch of people already wearing her merchandise.
Oh, her jacket.
It was like a jumpsuit set, remember?
Yeah.
A bunch of people were wearing
the blue pants with the stripe.
Yeah. See? So, we'll see.
Like, because
see what happens.
A few years ago when the Wonder Woman movie came out, you saw, overnight, you saw a bunch of kids, be all about Wonder Woman, even though she hadn't really been a big role model for a while since the cartoon went away and came back.
But I don't think Captain Marvel is as popular. I mean, I think Marvel has a way of making a lot of these superheroes popular, but like superheroes that aren't super popular, which, I mean, I think they almost all are. But like Black Widow, I don't think she was as huge as they've made her.
She hasn't been pushed to the front like this.
But I'm saying, like, she's more known now than she would have been if they hadn't put her in the movies.
Yeah.
Even like Hawkeye, even he might be a little bit bigger of a, but he's not Iron Man, he's not Captain America. So I feel like Marvel can do that with people, but it's not the same. It's not the same as Captain Marvel is not as well known as Wonder Woman.
No.
Like, I knew Wonder Woman as a kid.
I read comics and I didn't know who Captain Marvel was. And
the only reason I sort of know Captain Marvel, and I don't really know anything about her, but the only reason I know of her is because of Alex Ross.
Oh.
And his drawings.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like my
in the black costume with the yellow S on it.
Is that no?
Or is that Miss Marvel?
No, I don't think that's...
I don't know. See, we don't know who that is.
But I think that's the only place I've seen her, and I don't think I've ever really bothered to look into
A part of me wants that jacket with her logo on it. Like, for me.
Really?
Yeah. Because this movie was really cool. I really, really liked it. It was really cool. I enjoyed it a lot. And the CG is really well done. Like when you're watching Age of Ultron and you see young Tony Stark, you know it's Robert Downey Jr. kind of CG'd. What else have we seen? Russell Crowe. No, not Russell Crowe. Kurt Russell in Guardians.
You see it?
Oh yeah. Yeah, the Alex Ross.
That's the one.
Russell Crowe in Guardians 2. You see it, and you still kind of see that line of, this is a CG face. The whole movie, Nick Fury is in this movie completely. Like, this is also Nick Fury's movie, and you do not realize that it's CG. You just think it's Nick Fury. You just think it's Samuel L. Jackson when he was younger.
Yeah.
Like, it's super well done. Like, if someone just cloned Samuel L. Jackson. Oh, this is the new one that he just did. See, that's the black costume with the yellow S.
That's her. That's supposed to be her too.
Yeah, all of them are different versions of her.
Oh, I only know the middle one. But yeah, and it was great to see Coulson.
Oh yeah.
It's always
What's his name?
Coulson.
What's his real name?
Clark Gregg.
Clark Gregg.
Yeah, it's always.
Yeah, it's good to see him get some work, because who knows how long he'll last on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Do they keep teasing he's gonna die?
Oh, he's sick. Okay.
He's sick. So yeah, I recommend going to see the movie. I think a lot of people are like, should I see this movie? Is it like an Ant-Man or a Doctor Strange where I can skip it? But I think this. I love all the movies. I think you should watch all of them.
Those shouldn't be skipped either.
But some people are like, oh, you don't have to watch it. You don't have to watch it in the movie theater.
Something.
We've seen every Marvel movie in the theater, and I think each one is important for some reason or another. And they're all more enjoyable at the theater than they are at home.
They're all going to contribute something in the end. It's like when people say that Guardians 2 isn't important.
Yeah, it's just people that don't understand.
It's important.
All of the movies are important.
Peter Quill is human now, you guys.
Yeah, he doesn't have his powers. So now also she's so powerful in this movie. At the end,
I'm not gonna pretend. I don't want to be called a poser. I'm not gonna pretend I know more than I do. But I watched the movies, a couple of times. All my information is based on the movies, but I watched them a couple of times, and I developed my
your love of them or your defense of them?
No, I developed my what do you call it? My opinions based on
the movies.
But
yeah, she's super powerful. Probably as powerful as Thor and Hulk.
It's kind of cool to see her discovering her
abilities.
Turn the car on.
Oh, you're wasting your gas.
My gas.
Hopefully you don't pick up the noise in the video. Oh, I hate to have to re-record this.
It's kind of nice to see her discovering her abilities, like, as she goes, but it's kind of scary too, because it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, stop it.
Like, according to the movie, she's had these powers for 6 years, but she still doesn't have a full grasp over them.
Yeah, but there are moments in the movie where she does things, and you could tell that it's the first time she's doing them, or the first time she,
like when she's trying to figure out how to fly, kind of.
Yeah.
As she's fighting, she's like, "Oh, this can kind of push me."
Yeah, that's kind of scary though, because it's like.
Well, it's like when Tony Stark is like flying over his car. He's like, "Yeah, I can fly."
Yeah,
and then he falls.
Tony's
But this is different because she goes right into space. Yeah,
and it's like, what if it doesn't work?
What if she explodes, right?
Yeah, but yeah, it was a good movie. I would like to see more, and I think the fact that they didn't show everything does leave it open for like another movie, so that they can show a little bit more of the background, or develop the story a little bit more.
Do more flashbacks and see her, because there were a lot of cool moments of like the bad guys telling her, you're just an earthling, almost like saying you're just a girl, and it shows like flashbacks of her falling to the ground as a kid, as a teenager, in basic training. But then there's this cool moment where she stands up, kind of like when Wonder Woman is coming out of the trench.
It reminded me of Captain America.
Oh yeah, I can do this all day.
Yeah, I can do this all day.
Yeah, it has a Captain America kind of feel to it, where she gets up and she's like, I will not be denied my moment. And she has like this, like, stand your ground kind of a feel to it. It's really cool. I like it a lot. Everyone should go see it.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's true.
All right.